Nemesis Sub Terra is reopening very soon at Alton Towers, and over the past few days, the resort have been really teasing the comeback of this dark ride. So with all that said, let's get straight into the video and check out the latest and greatest updates from Nemesis Sub Terra. So starting off with the most recent update then, well, as of yesterday, Alton Towers sent this email out, all to do with Nemesis and the current Phalanx investigations. Now, there's a lot of Easter eggs in this actual email, and I'm going to go through each of them now. At the top of the email here, you've got this red symbol, which has been very common over the past few days with the Nemesis construction. If you haven't already, go and check out my most recent Nemesis update, because that's where you'll see this logo implemented on the construction walls surrounding Nemesis. But here we can see it on this email, and you may be thinking, what's the significance of this towards Nemesis Sub Terra? Well, it will all come together once I read out the contents of this email, because something's a little bit suspicious about it. So here we go, here's the text for the email that Alton Towers sent out yesterday, and it's in the perspective of an investigations team from the Phalanx. And I'll read it out to you now. I work for the Phalanx in the investigation team. I won't give you my name because they don't know that I've hacked into this database, so keep this quiet. I'm taking a big risk in reaching out to you, but I must. This could be dangerous. The Phalanx said Nemesis was dormant, but it was due to them putting her into a sedated state. The Phalanx are going to tell you about an egg, which I think they are going to look to regenerate. I need to find out more. I'll be back when I have discovered anything. Hashtag seek the truth. So there we go, folks. There's the email. I mean, do I need to say any more? They've mentioned an egg in here. They've mentioned Phalanx. They've mentioned the Nemesis creature, how it was dormant and how Phalanx have sedated it. I mean, it's the word egg for me that pretty much confirms Nemesis Sub Terra is coming back in some shape or form. By the perspective that this is written in a Phalanx operator leaking information to us, I'd expect to see an update in the next few days or potentially the next few weeks on what the Phalanx are doing, and potentially that email that I receive could be the confirmation that Nemesis Sub Terra is reopening and that the facility is open for us to go and explore the egg, or whatever the storyline for this is. Going back to the logo that was at the top of this email, quite interesting with this one, because of course that was printed on the construction wall for Nemesis as well. So quite interesting how they're going to link that together and how that logo is incorporated into the storyline of Sub Terra. But I tell you what, it's looking very likely now. All the construction that we've seen on the exterior of Sub Terra, which I'll explore a little bit later on in the video, just reinforces the fact that this is coming back in some shape or form. The video screens were testing a few weeks back, and there's been plenty more updates, which I'll tell you about a little bit later on. But yeah, this email, very big from Alton Towers, teasing Nemesis Sub Terra. We've got to this point now. I mean, it was probably about a year ago when these rumors started to come in about Sub Terra reopening, and now I think we're very, very close to this attraction reopening. Now, with all that said, let's go and check out the actual on-site construction updates, all the most recent from Nemesis Sub Terra. So yeah, it's not just this email, there's been plenty of on-site construction and updates happening, all to do with Sub Terra. So I'll talk about the most recent now. You've got the tank, the Phalanx tank, that used to be located outside Nemesis Sub Terra. That's actually been removed in the past few days. Not too sure why. Could it be going to somewhere in Alton Towers to potentially be refurbished, repainted, ready for when Sub Terra reopens? I'm not too sure, to be honest, but it definitely has been removed. So it sort of opens up Sub Terra a little bit more, because you can see the whole building without the tank being in front of it. Interesting to see if this tank returns. I assume it will, because it's quite a nice theming piece, actually. Maybe with a refurbishment, a bit of a repaint, or potentially with that logo painted on the side of it. You never know. But yeah, that's been totally removed. Alongside that, the exit corridor and scare maze section has actually been testing as well. We can hear that from the exterior of the site, all the special effects going on, which is great to see. I mean, it's not long until this reopens, I'm telling you. But yeah, that's just the end of the ride, the finale, as to say, where you run out of the building and, of course, you collect your luggage and then go elsewhere in the park. But yeah, it's great to see all this testing happening. The queue has also been receiving some TLC. If you walk up the Nemesis observation platform and look to your left, you can see they've actually installed some new wooden stairs and a new wooden platform. I mean, why would they be doing all this if they don't have the plans to open Sub Terra later this year? As well as that, on the entrance of the ride, if you look up by the entrance sign, which is not there, I assume this will be installed just before the ride opens. If you look up, new speakers have been installed there as well, which is great to see. Over the past few weeks, they've been testing these screens and sort of the pre-show section, as to say, before you head into the lift. That's been playing as well. But yeah, all this testing is happening. It's looking very likely. They've painted some of the exterior as well, which is great to see. I mean, it's coming back in some shape or form this season. I say it here, I say it now, it's coming back. We had that email from Alton Towers teasing it. I wouldn't, you know, be surprised to see an email in the next few days or week saying that Sub Terra is now open and that we can go and see the Phalanx investigation. I think the way that Alton Towers have done this and have linked it to Nemesis is great to see. Honestly, the way that they've done this with the Phalanx and everything and linked it together, and when Nemesis reopens in 2024, Forbidden Valley is really going to feel great again, and I really hope the area gets some love and care that it deserves. Galactica especially is looking really old and tired this season. Hopefully that can be themed in to Nemesis. That would be great to see. But yeah, there we go. All the most recent updates to do with Nemesis Sub Terra, Alton Towers, and that email has really got me hyped for the reopening of this attraction a bit later on in the season. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. When do you think it's going to reopen? What would you like to see in the ride? Do you think it will remain the same? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. A quick recap on what Nemesis Sub Terra is. It's essentially a dark ride exploring the backstory to Nemesis, and it also has 4 different ABC drop towers in there as well. But with all that said, Sub Terra returning shortly to Alton Towers. But with all that said, if you haven't already, go and check out my most recent up-to-date Nemesis construction. That's a really exciting video with plenty happening, and of course the new track for the ride. But with all that said, I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.
For decades, Phalanx has been delivering tactical security to sensitive research locations across the world. It has access to the latest satellite tracking technologies and boasts a 48-hour response time to any location on the globe. Phalanx is authorized by most international governments to use any reasonable force to achieve its objectives. The facility you are about to enter is one of Phalanx's most recent acquisitions, and potentially its most exciting. Phalanx was deployed to this location when excavations near the long-established Nemesis site revealed hidden cave systems extending for several kilometers below ground. Recent discoveries at this site have prompted Phalanx to upgrade its security status to Category 1. These discoveries represent an astonishing research opportunity for this and future generations. Safe access is now guaranteed for both scientific personnel and civilian visitors.
Access to the Nemesis Historical Archive has been authorized. Please be aware that all information held on the Phalanx database is regulated by international data protection protocols.
The original Nemesis files vanished under mysterious circumstances, but copies exist and Phalanx operatives are resourceful. The images you are seeing prove that even when the Nemesis site was first exposed back in 1994, all was not as it seemed.
The area you are about to enter is an extension of the original excavation, as detailed in the Nemesis archives. For your own safety, you must obey all instructions given to you by the Phalanx operatives. Due to the magnetic resonance of recently exposed underground structures, it is important that civilians leave all baggage at the surface before descending underground.
The Phalanx survey team are documenting the system of caves lying beneath the Nemesis site. Approximately 27 kilometers of tunnel have been explored and mapped. A growing catalogue of scientific discoveries is now stored in this facility's central core. The most significant of these finds has been made accessible to the public. Please remember to obey all safety instructions during your visit to the core. All hazardous material has been made safe for civilian viewing.